Ooh, I'm like one of those optical illusions. They say never wear horizontal stripes. I don't like being told what to do. I'm such a cheap ass bitch these days. Ew! Something flew out of it. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to do a makeup product empties video. I used to collect everything from body care to skincare, and I just found a lot of it was the same sort of stuff and it was kind of boring. I mean, yeah, I washed my armpits with this. It's nice. It made me unsmell. No one wants to hear that. So I have like the more exciting stuff here. I'm going to start off with a couple of questions you might wonder. This top, I don't know if anyone's going to care. It's a crop top. It's from Nobody's Child. I love it, and it has like bell sleeves. Obsessed. And it's so comfy and cozy, and Nobody's Child is an amazing, sustainable, ethical clothing brand, and they make really actually nice pieces, and it's not incredibly overpriced either. I love it. Lips, this is the Luna by Lisa Jordan lip gloss in the shade Pink Ruby, and my eyeshadows are all the Kaylee palette. I've got this shade here in my crease, this on the outer corner, and then the white and the pink mixed for the lid. And I have a little bit of sparkle put through, and that's the e.l.f. Pink Opal liquid liner, and I think that is everything. Oh, and I lined my lips using the Essence lip liner in the shade number 12 Wish Me a Rose, and I really like how this makeup came out. I mean, I'm 32 years of age. Am I too old for this? I vote no. Anyway, before I dive face first into this box of empties here in front of me, if you have not subscribed already, please consider doing so. It really helps my channel out, obviously. And if you do enjoy these videos, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Again, that really helps me out, and I appreciate all the support you give to me. Thanks. Oh, and if you want to follow me on other my social media stuff, I'm at Laura's_views on Instagram and Twitter, and basically that's kind of everywhere I doobie. I post on Facebook occasionally, but not that often. I feel like Facebook is more for the older generation now. I don't know. Controversial, I know. So let's get into the empties. I have my box of empty stuff here. I can't really go in order because I'd have to take everything out and organize, and I don't have the space, so I'm just going to jump in as is. I'm going to start with the Matte Clay Skin Clarifying Foundation from The Body Shop. I have the shade Tamerza Dune, Tamerza 026. I actually didn't think I would enjoy this foundation, but I really liked it. It is 100% vegan, so it contains no animal products. The shade was nice for when I had a fake tan, and my skin, it's a very matte foundation, so if you're dry, steer well clear of this, but if you're oily, I think you'd really like it. The coverage, from what I can remember, it's a while ago now since I used it, it was a really solid medium coverage. It looked flawless. I would say this, if you really love Estee Lauder Double Wear and the way that kind of locks onto the skin and the coverage it provides you, I think this is a really nice cruelty-free alternative to that. So if you were looking for an alternative to the Double Wear, I would say definitely look at this. They have a decent-ish shade range, but yeah, I really enjoyed this. Next is a setting spray. This is the Catrice Matte Finish Prime and Fine Anti-Shine Finishing Spray. I think this might be one of the best setting sprays I've ever used. Will I ever buy the Urban Decay one again? Probably not, because this is essentially the same thing. I find it works really well. It melts all your powder products together, so it finishes your skin off beautifully, and I do feel like it makes a difference to the longevity of my makeup, so I love this. The only thing is you absolutely pour through because it's such a small bottle, but I mean, it's price effective. So it's all good. And I know Raw Beauty Christie loves the dewy setting spray from Catrice, but I'm an oily gal, so I need more of the mattifying properties. I have a few concealers in here actually. Okay, the first is the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer. I have it in the tube. I don't even know if they make it in the tube anymore. They have it in a different tube now. I got this in the shade Light 16, and I hated this when I first used it, and Sinead Kavanagh from The Beautiful Truth actually messaged me. It was like, Laura, you're using way too much, you need to use a little bit less. So I started using it a lot more sparingly under my eyes, blending out with a beauty blender, and I actually ended up loving this. It is true what Sinead said, a little bit does go a long way, and the more you use, the cakier it gets. So I suggest using this with a damp beauty sponge under the eyes. Love. Next is the Essence Stay All Day 16-hour long lasting concealer. This is quite nice if you only need like a light to medium coverage, I would say. It looks lovely under the eyes. It doesn't cake up or crease on me anyway. However, I do prefer a fuller coverage than this. As you can see, I like a really bright under eye. This wouldn't give me this result, but for light makeup days, really nice and very cost effective as well. Okay, this is probably my holy grail concealer of all time, best one ever. Are you ready? You ready for this? The Catrice Liquid Camouflage High Coverage Concealer. I have two of them here. One I finished just yesterday and the other I finished obviously a couple of months ago or whatever. These are amazing. I have them in the shades 005 and 007 and they both work perfectly fine on me. The only thing is they're difficult to get the lighter shades. They seem to never be in stock, which is so annoying. Again, really cost effective, work really well, don't crease under my eyes, give me that lovely brightened under eye. I'm obsessed with these. Obsessed. I love Catrice. Catrice are absolutely killing it. I'm loving their HD foundation at the moment as well. Love. Next is the e.l.f. Perfect Finish HD powder. This is one of those like white silica powders. Yeah, there's nothing left. Okay, so I will not use this all over my face because it will just give me major flashback. I will look so white and I feel like it kind of accentuates peach fuzz on the skin. But I do use these kind of powders first. So I'll use like a normal perfecting powder over my skin for the most part, and then I'll take a little bit of this and put it along my jawline or anywhere I would tend to be touching during the day, and I find that this totally locks that area into place. I also use a little bit just here, either side of my nose and on my chin, just in my extra oily areas, and I find that using a powder like this in those very specific areas is quite beneficial in stopping transfer or wear and stopping oils from breaking through. So that's what I use that for. Very, very specific. It's not an essential product for me, but yeah, I did find a use for it and I did like it for those things, but I would not powder my entire face using it. Absolutely not. Next is an Essence mascara. This is the Volume Hero in the shade Power Black. This is a good mascara. It's not my absolute favorite. Ew, something flew out of it. Okay, that was weird. I do like these style of brushes. The spiky rubbery brushes, that's just my preference. Some people like the bristly ones, I generally don't. I like this. It was a good mascara. It didn't blow me out of the water. It's not my holy grail, but it was fine for the money. Mascara is the one product I struggle to part with major money for. I don't know what it is. Mascara always looks the same. We were just talking about this. The Urban Decay All Nighter Pollution Protection Spray. It's a really good product, but I can get a really good alternative for so much cheaper, so I won't be repurchasing that. Here we have a foundation by Love Cosmetics. This is the Love Time 18-hour long-lasting foundation. I had this in the shade number 040 Honey Moon. Obviously I wore this when I had fake tan on, which I have very little on at the moment. I really, really enjoyed this foundation, and I found that every time I wore it, I got compliments on how my makeup looked. The coverage was beautiful. It was a medium to full. I like a medium to full. I don't like a too full a coverage these days. I don't know what's after changing in me, but I just prefer more of a medium to full coverage. The colour was beautiful with fake tan, and the wear time was really, really good as well, and it didn't look too cakey or matte or anything like that. I would say if you have normal to oily skin, this will be a really, really good bet for you, and I don't think it's overly expensive, and obviously it's completely cruelty free as well. Oh, in case you're wondering what's on my nails, okay, I'm not going to come too close, but it's a really nice nude. Have I got it here with me? Did I bring it down? I did. These are the CND Vinylux Weekly Polish. Now, does it last a week? Oh no. But this is the shade Lavishly Loved. So I did 3 coats of that, followed by the top coat. If you want like a bridally nude, yeah, this is the one. I don't really like going to get my nails done anymore. I like to actually do them myself. Weird, I know. Okay. This is the Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil in the shade number 02 Hot Chocolate. I've spoken about this on my Instagram stories multiple times. If you love MAC Costa Riche, this is a really nice alternative. I'm wearing it in my waterline and my upper lash line as well today. I wear this most days. It's so subtle, but it makes a huge difference. It really pulls the green out of your eyes. I feel like it would be beautiful on blue eyes, and I feel like it would be beautiful on every eye colour, but for the sake of I think $2.49, amazing. Can be a bit of a bitch to find. I have found it since and repurchased 2 or 3 to keep me going. I wear it, I would say that, actually I do, I wear this every single day, and it's just beautiful. It makes such a difference. Can I give a swatch? Can't even give a swatch. I use it down to the bone. Next, always has been, possibly always will be, my absolute holy grail mascara. I'm wearing it today in case you're curious. This is the Catrice Glam and Doll Curl and Volume Mascara. Now, they have a few different versions. I have used the other Glam and Doll ones, but they're not as good as this one, so it must be the purple one that you're picking up if you're picking up on my recommendation. I've probably repurchased this, I would say, the bones of 10 times at this stage. I only bought it again last week, and I used it and I was like, I'm never going back. Never going back to the other ones. This is the best mascara I've ever used. Now, the only thing is, it kind of contradicts exactly what I said earlier about the bristles. This is a bristly one, but it's kind of that spoon shape, and I find it holds the curl incredibly. Oh, I love it. Right, here we have a bronzer. which has clearly seen better days, but you can tell I really liked it. This is the Essence Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder in the shade number 2, Sunny. I can't even show you the shade. I absolutely fucking loved this bronzer. It was unreal. It went on so smoothly onto the skin. If you like the Bare Minerals Invisible Bronze, I have 2 dupes and this is one of them. The second is the Wet n Wild bronzer. I'll show you there in a second. It says it's matte, but it's not like too matte or cakey looking. It still has like a skin-like finish to it. I cannot rave about this bronzer enough. The only reason I haven't repurchased is because I have 7 or 8 bronzers there to get through. But when I do, I will either be buying this one or the Wet n Wild one. Oh my god, so amazing. They have a lighter one as well if you're super fair. And this one is one I used when I had fake tan on. Beautiful. And here's the other one I use. Again, absolutely battered. I use this every single day. This one is a little bit more glowy than the Essence one for sure. This one, I'm wearing it today. You can, obviously I've got highlighter and blush on, but it just gives a really subtle bronze to the skin. You kind of have to build it up, but I really like that. It was the same with the Bare Minerals one. You couldn't really overdo it. You load your brush up, whack it on, and it still imparts just a very slight bronze, but I love that because some other bronzers I have, you have to really be super light-handed, and I hate being that nervous around bronzer. But yeah, the Invisible Bronze from Bare Minerals, it's a beautiful product. Difficult to justify the price of when you can get a really good dupe from Wet n Wild. And this is the Ticket to Brazil bronzer. It does have some shimmer in it, but don't be frightened. It just looks so glowy and beautiful. It looks like you just have the most natural, beautiful, glowing tan. I love. And again, the Bare Minerals was in my empties as well, but I've just spoken about that. Essentially, it's the exact same thing. I did the Wet n Wild as a closer dupe than the Essence, but yeah, love. Okay, my favorite lip gloss of all time. This is like a box of my absolute favorites. Weird. So this is the e.l.f. Lip Plumping Gloss in the shade Pink Cosmo. I have 2 of them here. Now, this one is so fecked that I actually completely fecked up the packaging. But this is such a beautiful gloss. I wish I had enough left to put some on the lips to show you. It says lip plumping, but it's not like painful plumping. It's very subtle and it makes your lips look so kissable. Literally when I wear this, men just want to shift me. That's just the way it goes. And when I look at myself when I'm wearing it, I'm like, oh my god, it looks so pretty. It's such a good product, and it's only like €8 or €9. I think you can order from boots.ie at the moment. Otherwise it's kind of difficult to find, to be honest. It's a Real Techniques blending sponge. I've repurchased. I love it. I'm not even going to show you up close because it's fairly disgusting. The Makeup Revolution Pro Fixing Spray. This is another really good dupe for the Urban Decay one. If you didn't like the Catrice one, I would suggest going with this one. I would say actually this one's a little bit more hardcore of a setting spray than this one. This one I think will lock your makeup in a little bit better. So if you wanted something that maybe you were going out dancing for the night and you wanted something to really lock it in place, I would say go with the Revolution one. Really nice. And I think it was, oh, I have the price on it. It was $6.69, so really cost effective again. I'm such a cheap ass bitch these days. This is something I sellotape back together. Essence packaging, I'm not rough with my makeup, but doesn't seem to be able to withstand too much. This is the powder in light beige, the mattifying compact powder. This was fine. It's a mattifying powder. It didn't change my life or anything, but it did the job, and obviously I used it all up, so it wasn't that bad. I have another concealer here. This is the Essence Camouflage Concealer. It looks quite similar to the Catrice one. I actually prefer the packaging. It's more like bubbly and fun. I don't know. I actually quite like this as well. I had it in the lightest shade. I found this quite nice under the eyes. I still prefer the Catrice one, but this is a really nice alternative too. If you can't get your hands on the Catrice one, try the Essence. It's really nice too. I have a foundation here. This is the Bare Minerals Bare Pro Foundation, and I had it in the shade Light Natural 09. That reminds me, what shade did I get it in? Fuck, too light. Okay. I've repurchased this. It's beautiful. It claims to be really good for your skin, and I would definitely agree with that. If I was ever having a breakout and I went back to using this, my skin would just thrive when I wore it. Also, whenever I wore it, I would always get questions on what I was wearing because obviously it just looks really good on the skin. Really enjoy using this. I've repurchased it. It's not cheap. It's completely vegan as well. It has a parent company that does tests on animals, which is unfortunate, but I love it so much that I have repurchased it. I love it. Love. I'm not wearing it today, but anytime I do, I get compliments on my skin, so that speaks volumes. I have another of the Catrice Glam and Doll Mascara. I told you I loved it. I have some liquid eyeliners here, the Note Cosmetics Precision Liner. This is my holy grail liquid eyeliner. I'm going to stick a card up here and you can go look and see how I do my liquid eyeliner. It's essentially all in the product. There's very few liners that I can master, and this is one of them. Another is the Kat Von D ink liner in the shade Trooper. That's another one I really enjoyed. It dried out a lot quicker than the Note one though, and it's, I think, triple the price. Hard to justify. And another liquid liner I have here is the Stila Stay All Day in the shade dark brown. Didn't enjoy this. I found this dried out really quickly and the brown kind of skipped. I didn't enjoy that at all. I have a mascara here, Lights Camera Lashes. I used to really like this, but lately I'm finding it's flaking a lot on me. Now obviously this is just a sample size. It does also have that bristly wand, but yeah, I won't be purchasing that because it flakes on me really badly. I have a primer here, the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. It kind of acts like any other silicone based primer. It makes your skin feel lovely and smooth, and yes, it does make your foundation look a little bit nicer on top. It's nice and I would repurchase. I just have a ton of primers to get through first, but yeah, and I really like the packaging on this. There's actually a little bit left. Yeah, it feels really, really nice on the skin. It smells really good too. And last, well, I have an eyelash curler here as well. It was shit. What brand was that? I think that was number 7. Shit. The Derma E Hydrating Mist with hyaluronic acid. I got this at Whole Foods in America, so I don't think you can actually get this in Ireland, so I'm not going to speak to it too long. But this was really, really nice. I used this kind of on flights or when I was in Bali, just to kind of rehydrate my skin, to make sure I didn't dry out too much, I didn't prune. It's completely vegan, eco-certified and all the rest. Really, really nice. Would I repurchase? Yeah, I would. I really liked it. It wasn't cheap. I think it was $25 or $26. But yeah, it was really nice to have on the go. And that is everything. Oh no, I have 2 tanning products here I want to share as well while I'm talking about it. The Cocoa Brown Fresh Start. This is a fake tan eraser. I have used a few of these. They all kind of work the same for me. A lot of people say they don't work. What I do is I pump this onto my hand, smooth it over my body, concentrate a little bit more or even an extra layer on the areas that the tan clings to even worse, like my ankles, feet, knees, elbows, my armpit, vagina here. Anywhere that the tan has clung to, leave it for half an hour. It says to leave for 5 minutes. I leave it for like half an hour. You feel a bit gross while it's on. Get into the shower and scrub like fuck. And the tan, it glides off my skin. So I'm not really sure how it doesn't work on some people. I wouldn't recommend this over any other brand. Just find whichever one is the cheapest or whichever one works for you and just go with that. I probably wouldn't repurchase this, but yeah, it did work like all the others do. And a fake tan here. This is the Catwalk Fake Tan in the Dark Mousse. This is one of my holy grail fake tans. So I have different tans for when I'm in different moods. If I want to put on a tan and I only need it to last 3 to 4 days and then for it to come off really easily, I will go with this one. I really like the fact that you can whack this on, wait 2 to 3 hours and then rinse yourself off and go to bed, so you don't have to worry about like staining your sheets or feeling kind of grubby. It does have kind of like a tacky consistency to it, but you only have to put up with it for the few hours before you shower. The colour I wouldn't say is super dark. I'd say it's more of a medium to dark. However, if you want it super dark, you can obviously layer it up over a couple of days. It fades beautifully on my skin. Like nothing fades as nicely as this done. Is it perfect? No, but it's as close to perfect as I found when it comes to wear time. And yeah, if I want a really long lasting tan, this wouldn't be it, but I think this is really good for if you want a short term, quick to do fake tan. I'd say this is also really good for beginners too, because I find on my hands and on my feet it comes out better than most tans. So that is everything from my empties. I'm so glad to be able to dump all these now and start collecting again. Oh, actually that reminds me, do you enjoy these videos? If you enjoy them, please let me know in the comments section or give the video a thumbs up, and I will continue to collect my trash and share it with you with all little mini reviews. I quite enjoy doing them, but if you don't enjoy watching them, definitely let me know, because it would just be a waste of time and energy and blah blah blah. So yeah, that is everything. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye. Mwah.